Hello, everyone. This is the Trawler broadcast. I want to thank our cast and crew across these old rocks. Without you, this wouldn't be possible.
Today's broadcast is a special one, dedicated to the memory of Balthsaar Zeinz.
Hello, my barnacles. Trawler here with a special guest. Virginia Clem joins me today with a story that is guaranteed to make your skin crawl. Hello, Virginia.
Hi, Trawler! Thank you for having me. I'm such a big fan.
It's always nice to hear that. Glad to have you. Now, you say your boyfriend has been body snatched.
Yeah, on the night he tried to kill me, his dead girlfriend saved me and infected him with her spores.
Uh, on the night he tried to kill you, his dead. Alright, back up. I need to hear this from the beginning. Who is this boyfriend?
Boyfriend is Alan. I met him at a bar I worked at, and he was so handsome. Brooding, had this flip of hair over his eye, and piercing gaze, and air of sadness, and he seemed poetic.
I get the type.
So I'm the bartender, so I start chatting him up, which is when he told me about Eleonora.
And who is Eleonora?
Eleonora was his girlfriend, but she died in an accident. She slipped and hit her head in the bathroom. She was brain dead, and I don't know what that does to the apothecary. Anyway, they had to pull the plug, and she and Ellen had been about to get married, so it was really sad.
Oh, that's terrible. And yes, sometimes the apothecary can't. Everybody knows it's mind, body, spirit. If your mind and your spirit and your body are not in balance with each other, the apothecary can have trouble. So being brain dead, depending for how long it was, maybe the apothecary wasn't able to pull her mind back.
I felt really bad for him. I think that's why I fell for him. I fell for the tragic backstory. Within 2 months, I moved in.
I understand that. And how did moving in go?
At first, it was great. We were so in love, and okay, it was a little weird because he still had Eleanor's pictures everywhere and some of her stuff, but I figured, it's not like it's an ex he was hanging on to, and she was dead, so it's not like she was a threat, so I just let it happen. But then he started seeing her.
I get that. You want to keep people. Wait, seeing her? Like her ghost? Like she came off the Black Path?
No, as in actually seeing her on the street. He came in one day and he looked like he had just seen his final stone, and he said that she passed right by him carrying a bag of groceries.
What did you say?
I said what anybody would say. I said, it's probably somebody else. But he said he was sure. And then he started seeing her regularly, like all around the neighborhood, picking up groceries, going out on a jog, that kind of thing.
Did you ever see her?
I did. About a couple of weeks after he saw her the first time, we were getting coffee at the corner shop. And I looked over, and there she was, like right on the corner, about to cross the street. And he saw her, and he bolts out of the shop to go to her, but the light changed, and she was off, and he came back, and he was a dick and barely wanted to talk to me after that.
And how was your relationship in all of this? Because I can understand this must have been a shock, and you're allowed a little, but he didn't want to talk to you?
Oh my... ah, he was obsessed with her. And looking back, he kind of always had been. She was the great love of his life, and so I was just like this person who came along after, and if there was the possibility of her, he didn't really want me around. And it was kind of like I should have known, because at one point he'd said, I'd love you if I could, but I'm not ready after her death.
Ooh. When did he say this?
About 4 months after I moved in. Yeah, and when he started seeing her, it got worse.
And in all of this, did you think it was actually her?
I mean, maybe, I wasn't really sure because, um, I mean, maybe she had just gotten back from the apothecary and didn't want to be near him, which by that point I was kind of understanding, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it seemed a little bit far to just blank him. And she didn't, if she actually was blanking him and was pretending, there would be some sort of tell, and there didn't seem to be any kind of tell. It really seemed like she didn't know him.
That's that's wild. What happened next?
He started stalking her.
Oh.
Yeah. He started following her around the neighborhood, and he knew when she would go grocery shopping and when she would go for a run. And I started to get a little worried. I mean, at first I was like, dude, she's dead, and can you pay attention to me? And I was a little bit jealous.
Mm-hmm.
But one day I saw her at the market, and I wanted to. I told myself that I wanted to warn her, but I kind of wanted to check out the competition. Makes sense.
So,
Yeah,
so you talked to who you thought was Eleonora.
yeah. And I said, "Hey, are you Eleonora?" And she said, "No, my name is Madeline." And I said, "I think my boyfriend's stalking you." And she said, "Yeah, I know." And she'd been debating calling the cops.
Debate. Okay. And did you try and talk her out of it?
Told her to get him thrown in jail so I can get the apartment.
Oh, Calabra.
So she and I have been friends ever since.
Oh my goodness, your friend? Did Alan know you two were talking?
No. I mean, he was obsessed with her, and sure, like, he and I were on this weird. One day he would be cursing me out and didn't want to be near me, and the next day he would be, "Oh, I'm so in love with you, and you can never leave," and it was just like. So she and I just started working on getting me out of the apartment and out of the relationship.
That was very nice of her.
But yeah, she looks exactly like Eleonora. Like, even the same birthmark on her left hand. It is uncanny.
What do you think it means?
I don't really want to think what I'm thinking, because if I think what I'm thinking, that might be freaky.
Do you think that Madeline is Eleonora?
I think I love Madeline, and she is the best friend I have ever had. And that's who she is.
Beautiful. Let's get back to Alan. What happened?
Okay, so Madeline and I finally found a place for me, and it's this adorable little studio that's close to work, and I can afford it, and we're gonna move me there. But if he ever finds out that I'm leaving, he is probably gonna get, like, go apeshit.
Okay.
So we're figuring, okay, we need to get me out of there before he knows that I'm gone, if that makes sense.
That's a hugely dangerous situation. Were you afraid?
I was really afraid. It, um, I don't really want to go into detail
I understand.
as so much, but there was a reason to be afraid, and I was. So we're gonna move me out while he was at work, and we were mostly there when he came home early.
Oh, Talabra's grace. Oh, what happened?
Um, Everything that I was afraid of. He snapped, and he said that I couldn't leave, and he wouldn't let me leave, and he said that Eleonora had tried to leave and he had to stop her, which that sent chills down my spine. And he backed me up against a wall, and
You don't need to go into detail. It sounds like it was a hugely traumatic situation, and it sounds like it was not an accident what happened to Eleonora.
probably, I mean, that's reading between the lines. I think that's exactly what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And probably would have happened with me, except for he didn't see Madeline coming. She hit him with a skillet.
Oh!
Yeah. Boom. And yeah, he went down. And at that point, she just says, "Okay, close your eyes and cover your nose and mouth and don't breathe. And I'm just thinking, I don't know what's going on here.
I can't close your eyes. Cover your mouth and don't breathe?
Yeah. So that's what I do.
Do you know why?
Well, at the time, I just like I was already freaking out. I was already so scared
Yeah.
that I was following directions that sounds kind of stupid, but I just did exactly what she said.
No, it sounds reasonable. Someone you trusted telling you I
Take care of this. Yeah, except for I opened my eyes.
ah, okay. I knew it. I knew you opened your eyes.
Yeah. And she had pulled out this little vial and was sprinkling this white powder in the wound on his head.
Was it a pharmaceutical? It was a
Don't know.
potion,
Well,
alchemical?
she and I talked about it later,
Okay.
and she said this is spores.
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 Okay. What happened next?
Well, we got out of there because he was unconscious and, from when she'd hit him with the skillet. So, yeah.
Did you ever see him again?
Okay, this is gonna sound really stupid. But, at first I was absolutely terrified and was worried that he was gonna come after me or her, and Madeline just kept talking me down, saying, "Nope, nope, he's never coming back. He's been dealt with." And I would say, like, "Madeline, how do you know? How do you know?" And there was this unspoken thing, because I'd seen the powder and I knew that she'd done something, but I wanted to know what, and she wasn't telling me.
Did you think she'd finaled him, given it a cursed death?
I don't know. Well, okay, anyway, so I went back.
You went back
I went back.
to the apartment.
Yes, and I knocked on the door and he answered and it wasn't him.
Okay, how so?
Different style, different way of standing. Alan was tragically magnetic and moody, and this guy was bright and happy and nerdy. And Alan was never nerdy.
Did Alan recognize you?
Sort of. I went up and was like, "Hey, it's me," and he just sort of looked confused and said hi. And he said he introduced himself, held out his hand, he's Roderick, and said that he'd recognized me from the pictures that were up in the apartment when he moved in.
Roderick. But he looks like Alan.
He is Alan. He is absolutely Alan, but much nicer.
Really?
He actually hangs out with Madeline and I.
Okay, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, we have regular board game nights.
Delightful. So in the same way that Madeline is not Eleonora, but is,
Yeah,
Roderick is
not Alan, but it's his
his
body.
It's his body.
It's
so
him.
Roderick is a different person.
Yeah.
Does knowing Roderick was Alan and everything that happened with him, do you feel weird being around him?
I mean, I try not to think about it too hard, because it's like, there's a reason why I'm in your show. If this was normal, I would not be here.
Yeah, completely valid.
But I talked to Madeline about it once, and like, what was the powder? Like, come clean with me. She's my best friend. Tell me I will love you no matter what is up.
And that's when she said it was the spores.
And that's when she said it was the spores, and she said that she didn't always have the body that she does.
Okay.
She kind of grew into it, and that it was somebody else's, and Roderick was the same. And she wasn't sure if she should hate herself for being who she is, but it's who she is. And she started to cry and said, "Do you hate me?" Because we both kind of knew that, she was Eleonora, and like it was weird. And I hugged her and I said, "I could never hate you. You're my best friend, and I don't care how you came about.
And who you used to be before."
Exactly. I don't know anything about Eleonora, and I'm really sorry for whatever happened to Eleonora. I'm kind of not sorry about what happened to Alan."
You know what? I get that.
But I love Madeline so much, and so of course, and yeah, she actually gave me her blessing for coming on the show and talking to you about this.
That's wonderful. If she'd ever like to come on, that'd be a great interview. But
She's also a fan.
oh, that's wonderful. See, listeners, I have more fans than just the barnacles out here. Now, okay, so have you ever considered reporting the murder, the or anything that should? I understand that you are friends and you love each other, but clearly Eleonora was murdered. And do you think that something should be done to prevent? Like, is this the reason Eleonora did not come back from the apothecary? Should this be prevented from having bodies taken over by this?
Oh, you know, um, have I mentioned I try not to think about this too hard?
I can understand why. I can.
I mean, I don't want Pag to come and come for Madeline and Roderick because but by the way, those aren't their actual names. I'm yeah, just not like
No,
protect
we're keeping
protect
everybody
the
protected
innocent.
here.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I don't want Pag or something to come get them because they're my friends.
And that's wonderful. They are your friends. Who else do you think they are? Or is it just enough that they're your friends?
I mean, I'm sure somebody has an idea of what this is. Like, spores sounds, I don't know. What his spores? Ferns?
Ferns, fungi, sport. I mean, there's lots of things in this world, from denizens to
Molds?
plant forms to molds to
Yeah. Maybe they're mold people?
mold people.
They're lichen.
Oh,
I
they're lichen. Oh, I apologize. We are being disrespectful to plant forms,
mean,
but
I don't know. Maybe they are plant forms. I don't know. But
they're
they're my friends.
and game nights are more important sometimes than all the PAG research in the world.
Absolutely. So,
Well,
yeah.
there you have it, listeners. A story of bad relationships, of strong friendships in unknown circumstances, and body snatching. I'd like to thank my special guest for coming in. Virginia, it was wonderful to have you. Thank you for speaking with us today. Thank you to Roderick and Madeline. You've given us a lot to think about.
Thank you for listening to my story. It was great to be here.
Very engaging, wonderful story. And to my listeners, I'll continue to comb my nets to bring you the best show that I can. Until then, be safe, be observant, and die loud, listeners.